Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Rupi. I love all things makeup. Too much makeup, too much makeup. I love makeup too much. Simply just too much. I picked up a lot of new releases, and I don't know what I was thinking because now I'm really behind on filming. And so we're gonna try a couple things together today, specifically two brands. So I really wanted to try out the new Patrick Ta palette. It's the Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, and I just have to show you. Just look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. I will do some comparisons with this and the Natasha Denona Bronze and see if there are similarities, because they are a similar price point, only the Natasha Denona has 5 more shades, though you get more product in this. So the other products I picked up, one is the Glowish Skin Tint Foundation by Huda Beauty. I picked this one up in shade 5, and then I also picked up their new Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder, which looks like this in the packaging. The shade that I got is number 3 Tan Light. I hope that it's not too light for me. It looks kind of promising, but this lighter shade in here is really freaking me out a little bit. So I hope it doesn't end up looking like a powder, because then I'm going to be kind of disappointed, but it's supposed to have a really, really beautiful finish. I'm just going to get right into it. I don't want to, sit around and chat too much. I also have another product new to me, which is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I've never had this before, so it's my first time trying. This is the shade G8. I know that Katie Jane Hughes loves it, so I was excited to try that. And then I have a sample of the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. I've heard really good things about this one. I haven't tried it myself, so I figured that we would today. Also, excuse my nails, I just haven't had time. I haven't had time to film. I haven't had time to do my nails. That's just how it rolls around here sometimes. So let me zoom you guys in, and then we're just going to get right into it. We'll do kind of a chit-chatty get ready with me. I'll talk about the products. I'll talk about whatever comes to mind, I guess. So before we even get into that, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so that you know every single time I post a new video. I have a lot of great content coming up for you guys, just with respect to like so many different makeup products that I have picked up that I think a lot of you are going to be excited to hear about as well. I know some of them have already got videos out, but if you want my opinion, I will give it to you straight as well. So don't forget to do all of that and like the video and leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you picked up any of these items, or if you've tried any of them, or if there is some reason that you just don't want them. So I will get into all the products. We'll do the comparisons and stuff towards the end when I'm giving my final thoughts. But let's just go ahead and do this. Okay, so I have zoomed you guys in. I am gonna try to throw my hair back. It doesn't always want to stay. Okay, so I think first we're obviously gonna go in with the Rare Beauty Primer. I'm just gonna pump some on the back of my hand. This is a different consistency for something that's pore filling. Ooh, it feels really moisturizing, to be honest. Oh, I like how that feels. I've heard not so great things about the foundation, and I think the concealer from Rare Beauty. I think I just heard that people don't like it because it starts to separate, but I haven't tried it just because of that whole fear. You know what this texture reminds me of? It reminds me of the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. They're oh my god, I can't think of words today, geez. Their their Hydro Grip Primer feels very similar to this, that kind of slimy, sticky feel, which I don't mind because I feel like it helps product stay on your face longer. I'm actually going to pop my nose ring out. I always do that because I don't like getting foundation on it. It loses its sparkle. I'm just going to take a little bit more on the chin because I did a really small pump. So I think I'm going to go in next with the Glossier, the Stretch Concealer, only because, so that's the shade that I got. I mean, it looks kind of close-ish. I think it'll work. So I've been liking doing my like concealer first, and that's probably what I'm gonna do today. I don't know why, it's just, is this gonna work well with a brush? I don't know, because some of these types of concealers do better if you, you know, warm them up with a hand. This looks really light. Like, not that it's a bad thing. I don't mind that because then it's kind of a brightening concealer, but it looked a lot darker, and I thought it was going to be a lot darker because of the placement of it and the shade ranges. I mean, it's brightening for sure. I don't know that I would use this for like coverage, and it's dewy. I do like that about it. I feel like I'm just getting more light on this side, but do you see that dew? Jeez. I didn't realize it was going to be like that. I'm trying to even it out on both sides. I think I went too ham. I mean, it looks really pretty. It's not creasing or anything. Also, if you have dark circles and you're always like, they won't get covered, just do a smoky lower lash line. It's like the easiest thing. And put them around this area of my mouth. Still probably going to end up with a little bit of gray cast because I do have a little bit of darkness there, but this does though feel very like moisturizing. I just thought this would work really well with like skin tints. I can just see this type of concealer doing well with that. When I saw Katie Jane Hughes use it, I was like, oh, I need to try it. I do have a little bit of redness here. I'm just gonna pop just a little bit in the center. I've been liking going the concealer route first because I feel like then I don't need as much foundation, and I find that the concealer could be like less cakey. Okay, these are like my hollows, but I'm just gonna try to balance them out because I feel like sometimes when I bronze and contour, they just like look really, really prominent, but that could also just be my cheekbone. That didn't really do anything because the shadow's still there. Okay, so that we're good with. Okay, so now we're gonna try the Huda, the Glowish. I hope I picked up the right shade. Okay, so I picked up shade 5 medium. Hopefully it's a good shade for me. It was medium with a neutral undertone, which is kind of what I tend to go with. So this product is a little bit expensive for what it is, at least I think, because it's a skin tint, not a foundation. I would be okay paying this price if it was a foundation, but I mean, they call it skin tint foundation, so maybe they were trying to get away with that, but it is $49 Canadian and $37 US. So yeah, this one, shade 5, is for medium skin tones with neutral undertones. That's just what I like to go with because I feel like it's the best case scenario. Otherwise, some tend to look too yellow, too whatever, you know, cool toned peachy pink. Peachy doesn't do too bad on me, but pink looks really bad. There are 13 shades total, which is such an odd number. I feel like it would have been like 12 normally, but like, yeah. So it is. It is also fragrance free. That's a thing that I know people really care about because a lot of Huda products were fragranced at some point. So this is a light coverage product with a radiant finish, and it's supposed to instantly brighten, and it's supposed to bring a very like near natural, almost nothing there type of finish on your face. It's supposed to have a very light dewy finish, and that's the kind of thing that I like, so I'm super excited to try this. They said that almost all of the tones are about a near neutral, so that it can kind of work for various skin tones. And because this is a skin tint, the reason they have like 13 shades, I can't attest to the deep ones because I haven't really seen swatches of them, but I hope that they can actually blend into deeper skin tones as Huda promises with this product. I have some notes here. So the highlighted ingredients in this is plant-derived squalene, Damascus rose oil, which is apparently supposed to soothe, clarify, and lock in moisture. I've never heard of that ingredient before, so that's kind of cool. And then also red bell pepper extract, which I thought was really interesting. I was like, what? There's red bell pepper extract? What does that do? Well, it protects you from digital pollution and blue light. I'm all for that because I'm in front of computers all the freaking time. I'm editing at home. I work from home. I work on a computer. I go to work at the office and I work in front of a computer. So if that does that for me, then cool. then cool. Of course, over SPF and all of that. So the nice thing about this is it does come with a pump, which is nice. I like a pump. I don't like to have to pour or squeeze. Like I don't like those type of packaging. So that's really, really nice. Sorry, I was ducking. I was looking for my brush. So I'm going to go in with this brush. It is a little bit dirty, but I usually use this for this type of product. This one is by e.l.f. It's kind of a dual fiber brush. I think that this is their number 105. I think generally this brush is meant for like cream products. I think you can probably use it for this too though. So I am just going to pump a little bit onto my brush directly. I don't know, the shade looks kind of, oh, might be a close match. It looks a little bit deeper than my skin tone though. Okay, let's start blending this out. This will probably match me really well in the summer. See, it's a little bit darker, but that's okay. It might match my neck actually. I just hope it doesn't oxidize. That's my concern. See, are you seeing, like, I feel like it's a little more deeper. Should I have picked up a lighter color now? Could it be because my brush is dirty? I don't think so though. Because I use this brush and it doesn't do it with other ones. Okay, I really like the finish of it though. This will be a good summer color for me, but that's kind of annoying. This I didn't think it was going to be that much darker though. Maybe it's just me. It's actually not that bad. I'm lying. Look at that glow. You see that? Oh, yeah, it's glowish. Oh my god. So that was one pump. I'm going to get a little bit more. I want just a little bit more on my forehead, my nose, right here, my chin, and then just some down my neck. Actually, you know what? I don't think it's that much darker. I think it's also just the lighting and the glow. And sometimes on my viewfinder, things tend to look a lot different than they do in person. In the mirror, it doesn't look the same as what I'm seeing on the viewfinder. On the viewfinder right now, it looks really dark for some reason. You can see my skin through it still. Like, it didn't cover like my spots here or here. Like, I have some sunspots. I don't know if you can see. But yeah, it didn't cover. Oh my god, I love this finish. I look like a bronze goddess. I'm so excited about that. That's a fun product. I like that a lot. Okay, so next is the Glowish bronzer. I will show you what that looks like. So here is the shade. Oh, it's so beautiful. So here it is. It's the shade 310 Light. This packaging also, I will say, it's, you know, obviously cheap feeling, but the reason it is plastic is so that it can be recycled. And believe it or not, plastic can be recycled, but whether or not we know if corporations are actually recycling things, we'll just never know. So this product came in 5 different shades. Number 3 is obviously like the middle shade. The 2 deeper ones were a little bit more red toned. This one looked the most neutral. I would have got shade 4, but it was just too red. And I love a red tone bronzer, but I already have so many that I didn't need another red tone bronzer, so skipped out on that. It is a pressed powder formula with a satin finish, so it's not supposed to be a matte. It's supposed to give you, you know, that soft, radiant bronze glow. It's a vegan, cruelty-free, and recyclable product. If you can tell, there's no like metal pen in here. I think the bronzer is just kind of pressed into the component. So their claim is that the powder is light as air with a non-powdery texture, applies like silk, blends seamlessly, and feels like you have nothing on. And we will test it out. So I'm going to go in with this random Stila 24 brush. I think I got it in some kind of set or something. And yeah, I've never really used it for much, but it does pick up. So let's see. Let's see where we get. Ooh. Okay. I literally cannot see it. All right, let's try it this way. Oh no, like, look, you can see the color, but is it like blurring? I feel like it's almost blurring my skin, like airbrushed. I just dipped into the wrong product. Hang on, going in with a different brush because I'm a clown. Oh, that's making me look so bronzed. I'm just going to use a different brush. I'm using one by, what's this brand? Oh, La Rousse. La Rousse, I think. I won this one in a giveaway or something. I'm going to bronzer just a little bit. Okay, I know Karen Harris tried this shade and she said it didn't work for her. Like it just kind of blended in with her skin. I think the color would have been probably just too light for her. If you have a skin tone similar to mine, you will probably be able to wear this shade. It's really, really just like a soft bronze, but it's like definitely bronze. Just gonna do some under the chin, or jawline, I should say. Wow. Don't I look like I'm like ready for vacay? And I will say, nothing looks cakey. Just like literally, I cannot see any powder. I can't see any powder on my face. I have normal to dry skin. And normally if I put powder on, especially in this amount, I would see texture. And I do not see anything. I don't remember if I told you guys the price of this, by the way. It is 31 US dollars and 41 Canadian dollars. But this is worth it. This is so good. I like this. I honestly, both Glowish products, I'm kind of sold. I kind of like both of them. I do think the skin tint is slightly dark for me, but I don't know. So this is made in Italy. And this one is made in Italy as well. So I don't know, maybe Italy just has the formulas that we all need for our skin. I'm also going to put on some blush. And I think I'm going to go in with this Do We Know Her cream and powder, which is the kind of the peachy-ish one. I think this is really pretty and it kind of gives like a summer sun-kissed vibe. I can't remember. I think the way to use it is supposed to be like you put the powder on first and then the cream. But I'm going to do cream and then powder because this is kind of darker, so I don't know. I can't remember how much these brushes or the blushes retail for. I think it's $40. I bought them a while ago. I just haven't really used them. I feel like I'm always using other things and so just never get around to it, but pretty. My face looks like it's wet. Okay, so I'm going to use the brush that I accidentally dipped into the powder portion with and tap off the excess, and we're just going to put that right over top. I'm just going to put some on my nose. I look like I've been like out in the sun, having fun. I kind of love it. Kind of really loving it. I should get should I put on a highlighter or do I need a highlighter? Because I'm already kind of glowing and I kind of like that vibe. Let's do the eyes and then we'll come back and decide because I don't really know right now if I want to. Okay, so for the palette, you get 12 shades. 2 of them here on the side are creams. You get the little flap over them, same thing with the blushes. And then you get 5 mattes and a mix of shades up here. And the shades are either iridescent metallics or glistening pearl toppers. The mattes are supposed to be a very like velvety formula. These are 2 luminous cream bases. I'm kind of wondering if you can use them as eyeliner. I might try with one of them. You get 1.8 grams of each shadow, the cream and powder, and there's 12 total if I didn't already say that, but I'm sure you can count for yourselves. The palette does retail for, I think, $68 US and $87 Canadian. Is a little bit pricey, kind of like that Natasha Denona level pricing. So I was curious to know if it was worth it because that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Okay, so we're gonna go in with one of the creams. I think I'm gonna use the top one. Is it Lady or Abundance? I don't know. Sometimes the way the names are on the back of the palettes, I just am not really sure. I'm gonna go in with the lighter of the 2 cream, and I'm just gonna put that all over my lid. I'm gonna blend that out into the crease. That's beautiful. Like that with just a topper shade would be so pretty. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Oh my God. That's really nice. And go on this side, do the same thing. Also, I didn't prime my eyelids because I figured these bases will do that for us, and I want to test it that way to see if they work to hold the shadow without an actual primer. Because when they say eyeshadow base, to me that's like, okay, well, it should act like a primer then. So, do you see like how beautiful that looks? Oh, it's so pretty. I almost hated the idea that this palette had the 2 creams until I saw swatches of them. And I was like, okay, I want to try these. Especially considering the creams in his like blushes work really, really, really well. So that's what that's looking like. I don't think I'm going to use the darker one yet because I think I want to use that one as liner if we're able to do so. I'm not really sure if that's going to work, but we'll try. So I think next I'm going to go in with a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to take this shade, this one here. It's either called Mother or Absolutely, I'm not really sure. It's hard to read when they're on the back of the palettes. I don't know. So we're gonna go in. I'm gonna go here. Just gonna blend that over top of this. They're pigmented. They're really, really like, when you put that on, do you see? Like, you don't expect that it's gonna be like that pigmented, but it's, honey. Honey, it's pigmented. Oh gosh. It's so blendable. Guys, why am I such a, like, you guys know me. I love my colorful eyeshadow looks. Why am I attracted to neutral palettes all the time? Although Melt did reveal one yesterday, the new brunette palette, I don't think that looks appealing at all. I don't like that kind of neutral. I like either like really smoky, sultry neutral or like this kind of bronze. I'm just like, yep, give it to me. That's really pretty so far. I love how this is looking. Beautiful. Okay, I think next, okay, sorry, it stopped recording, so I don't remember if I told you guys, but I'm going to go into this deeper shade here, and I'm just going to go in with the same brush that I already had, and we're going to stamp this into like the outer corner. Ooh, that depth. Yes, please. I was, you know, when I saw this palette, I was like, it should have had a black. No, it don't need one. it really doesn't need one. Look at that. Who am I? Who am I loving a frickin' neutral palette? Who? Oh my goodness. I can't. I'm just like, what is this? How? How is this possible? Okay, I'm going to take a clean brush, a little bit of a smaller one, and I'm just going to try and blend all of this rather than put new product on before I actually need more depth. I guess this isn't really a chit-chatty get ready with me. I haven't really talked about anything, so that's fun. Talk about makeup. I could talk about makeup all day. I'm just getting a little bit of that darker shade on and pulling it up into the crease. I actually just need to take some out right here. Why is this so pretty? Why is it so pretty? Oh my god, she's expensive, but she's beautiful. How is somebody allowed to be this pretty? It's not even fair. Bam. I don't even know what to say. I am gonna take that same deep shade lightly on a kind of more chubby brush. I just want to bring it on the lower lash line and really smoke that out. And we're just gonna let it meet in the outer corner here. I cannot. I can't. This is a crime, Patrick. Do you see just like how, oh my god, it's so effortless. And it just like blends. Like I'm so confused. So confused how it's allowed to be this good. Okay, I thought this was going to be a very warm toned palette, but this is like almost a very cool toned look. And I'm really living for it. It's really pretty. I'm going to take another kind of fluffy blending brush. I'm actually going to take this kind of like bone, actually, well, I guess that's more bone. I'm going to take this shade and we're going to lightly blend over this area right into the brow bone. I think I'm going to first take this shimmery shade up here. It is definitely more of a sheer, like sparkly topper type shade. But I'm going to work my brush into that. I'm going to put that up here. Oh, it's like a really shimmery, like it's definitely a topper. You know the ones in the Melt Mary Jane? Like that, but these are almost prettier. I'm going to put it in the brow bone just because why not? And then I'm going to take a shader brush and I'm going to go into this one right here, which is kind of, it looks like a brown shade with a green gold sparkle through it. It just looks like a beautiful like bronze all over the lid. Actually, do I want that? No, let's do that kind of towards here. And we'll do the other shade I want to do towards the inner part of the lid. That's beautiful. Okay, so there's that bronze shade. And then there's one more in here I really want to try, which is the middle shade right here. I don't know what that's, it's either Lavish or Legendary. Probably Lavish, I feel like, I don't know. I'll try and figure out what the names of the shadows are, and actually I don't even know what I'll do with that, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the inner third of my lid. That's kind of a pretty shade. It's like very kind of peachy almost. Like a peach nude. and it blends very, very softly. This one is a little bit more powdery, like almost even more powdery than the mattes. How pretty does this look so far? Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I'm going to clean off that same brush. And I think I want to go into this peachy shade right here, which is like a topper shade it looks like, or the pearl or whatever they want to call it. I'm going to go into that, really, really kind of dig in. So there it is with the topper. I'm not really sure if that's what the vibe is supposed to be, but it's pretty. I do also kind of want to try the bronze topper right there, so I'm going to pop a little on my finger and see if that... Those are really beautiful. Okay, let's try using one of those cream bases as liner now. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I'm gonna try to use this old little Sonia Kashuk liner brush I have. I really don't know if this is meant to do this, so if it's not, my apologies for like trying. It's working out so far, I just don't know how it's gonna hold up. I think I'm just gonna keep it close to the lash line and I'm not gonna do anything crazy. So I am gonna grab a highlighter though, because I do want something in my inner corner. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Kevin Aquan. This is the Celestial Powder in Starlight. This is one of my faves. One of my faves. I love this one so much. Okay. I am gonna pop some on the cheeks as well, because why the hell not? Pop some right there. And then I'm just going to pop some on my nose to help get rid of some of that blushy tone. Oh, so glowy. I love it. I love it. Okay, and I think I'm going to go off camera quickly. I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to put on lashes maybe, or mascara at least, and then I'll come back and we'll finish up the lip to see what we want to do with the rest of this look. So give me a few and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I ended up just doing mascara because I didn't want to take too much away from the kind of bronze look. I don't want to look too, I mean, let's be real, I'm already kind of glam, so that would not have been an issue, but I don't know, I just like, there's something about sometimes just wearing mascara and letting the look kind of live for itself, so that's what we're going to do. For lips, I'm going to go ahead and apply my Patrick Ta lip liner, pretty packaging. This one is in the shade She's Strong. Is that what it is? Yeah. So I think it's just a nude brown. I love the little clicky thing on here. Love it. Okay, I think that I'm just going to go in with a gloss. I filled in my lips with the entire lip liner and I'm just going to go in with the gloss. I think that's going to be a good look. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this Marc Jacobs Wet Your Lips Enamored Hydrating Lip Gloss Stick. So it comes in like the lip gloss thing, but it's actually, just don't push up too much of it because it doesn't go back down. But it's like glossy. I really like how this looks. See, isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's so pretty. I'm so sad they're going out of business. Oh, it's so beautiful. And with this look, it's just so good. So good. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys back out and then let's chat about the products a little bit. Whew. Okay, so here is the finished look, you guys. Oh my god, guys. Why are all three winners? Why? I'm sorry, this is going to be a super expensive recommendation for you guys. Okay, let's talk about the Glowish. Let's talk about this first. I think this is beautiful. I think that I picked up a color that's just a smidge too dark. I don't know. I think it looks okay though on camera. I feel like it's also the bronzer and the blush. But when you talk about products that are like a second skin, guys, this is going to be like, I will use this every day. This is going to probably be like what I wear to work. It's so pretty, and you can wear it on its own. You don't need to wear like highlighter. I would just add a little bit of bronzer. So I would probably just do this and this dream combination. I think it's absolutely stunning. And it's so dewy. You can obviously powder down if you need to, but like I'm not a powder down kind of bitch, so I'm not going to do that. This soft Radiance bronzing powder, guys, it's so beautiful. I wish that she would come out with more shades, more tones. This was a dream to apply. Literally, I used powder on my face, you guys. Powder products. I used this. I used a powder blush. I used powder highlighter. It looks like I have no powder on my face. Like, I am not even kidding. This and the Glowish tint. It's like it literally blurred and filled everything. Maybe this has something to do with it too, the Rare Beauty, but I don't really know for sure. Not really sure. The palette. The palette. Oh, hang on. What did I do there? Okay, so the palette, generally speaking, I think this is very expensive. I think it's super expensive, but is it beautiful? Of course it freaking is, because look in my eyeballs. I didn't think that I would love those cream bases, but wow. And the one that I kind of did use as the liner, it's kind of there, kind of not. It didn't really budge anything, so I'm not too worried about it, but I would need to try it on its own, probably just on my eyelid with nothing else on, so I can actually see the line, and then I want to see how it kind of wears. But I don't really know that it's going to do much, but it did deepen my lash line a little bit, which is nice. So let's go ahead and look at some up close swatches of this palette next. So I also want to do some comparisons to the Natasha Denona bronze, because I feel like when I looked at this palette, I was like, that reminds me of the bronze palette. So let's do that. I'm just trying to think in my head if I have any other like palettes that I could actually, looking at them side by side, they're so different. They are so different. Like, hang on, let me see if I can show you like this. Do you see that? They're so different. Okay, well, these are the two I'm going to compare for you guys today. If there is another palette you guys want me to compare it to, let me know. What I can do is I can do it on Instagram, and maybe I can just post it as a story and then save it to my highlights or something. Or if you guys want me to do a full-on video on this palette just talking about comparisons, I can do that too. Let me know in the comments down below. So I'm not going to bother with the cream bases because Natasha Denona has a cream to matte formula, but not an actual kind of cream base. So I'm not even gonna bother with those. We're just gonna focus on the other 10 shades. So I don't know, they're so different. So I'm just gonna swatch on my hand and we're just gonna go from there. Okay, so top one is from Patrick Ta. I don't know the name, so I'm not sure. The bottom two are Suntan and Beach from Natasha Denona. And there's something just more like a warm neutral about the Patrick Ta. It's not nearly similar to the Natasha Denona. So, okay, so that one, I want to compare this deep shade to nothing because nothing else matches that. Like, actually, so Deep Dive from, so there's the Patrick Ta Deep Brown, and underneath that is Deep Dive from Natasha Denona. So Deep Dive is definitely darker. It's also a cream to matte formula, so there is that difference as well. There's none of that peachy kind of tone. Let's do the bronze I used all over my lid. Let's do Gloaming. Let's try Palladium too, because those are the three that I would probably think are the most similar. So the top one is from Patrick Ta. Gloaming is almost more kind of red toned, so I don't really see a resemblance there. And then the bottom one was Palladium. I don't know, you guys, it's very different. Like bronze is almost way more warm, and the Patrick Ta feels very neutral, just straight up neutrals. We'll do this matte too, which is kind of the red tone one, because there is one in here, Magma. Those are probably the two closest. So there's the top one is Patrick Ta, bottom one is Magma from Natasha Denona. Those are probably the only shade that's like exactly similar from each other's palettes, but everything else for the most part is way different. Like the other shades, I can't even swatch anything next to any of them because I don't know, like see like that light one from Patrick Ta, there's nothing like it in here, so I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, yeah, so I just feel like it's all very different. Now, that being said, if you do have the bronze, you probably don't need the other one. I mean, I got it because I do YouTube videos and I'm also just a clown. Clown who won't stop buying makeup. Oops. Oh well. But I don't know, there's just something about it, you guys. Like there's just something about this. I feel like if you don't have a lot of makeup and you just want one really good neutral, like actual neutral, not warm neutral or cool neutral, just a neutral toned neutral palette, this one is beautiful. I just can't get over it. The other product that I did mention in this video was the Glossier. It's wearing pretty. I don't really know yet because I haven't worn it for a very long time, so I'll have to keep you guys posted. I was just checking if I had lipstick on my teeth because sometimes that happens. So happened yesterday. But yeah, I think it's really, really pretty. Do I recommend these? Only if you can afford them. You guys are just gonna have to bear. I can't. I'm on a time crunch. You're just gonna have to listen to Apollo Park. So if you actually, if you can hear him, you can probably hear him. Probably. Anyways. That is all for this video. Let me know if you guys picked up any of the products that I mentioned today, if you've tried any of them, if you're going to be trying any of them. I want to know your thoughts. Leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe before you leave. Until next time, I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and be kind. Bye.